Hello, Foxy Finds here, and welcome back to Foxy's Shiny Quest. After last week, this one felt like a piece of cake. Just some good old, regular shiny hunting. This week, we're starting off with a random encounter in Pokemon Go. Whalmer is based on a whale, whaling, and a beach ball. These Pokemon will call out underwater and they can be heard for miles. Surprisingly, this Pokemon is fairly small for it being based off of a whale, but it is the lowest evolutionary stage, so we'll give it a pass for now. Just on my way to another outbreak, I came across this little guy. Choodle are known for being aggressive, but it's partly a side effect of teething. This Pokemon is basically born teething and it continues until it evolves. As a result, Choodle will bite anything that's in front of it. I have seen a lot of flack for this Pokemon shiny. Paldean Taurus. You can tell it's shiny because the black and dark gray colors are switched. It's honestly really tough to see, but I recommend looking for when the head is darker than its mane. Taurus is interesting because you have Taurus, and then you have Paldean Taurus, which is a variant on that, and then in both versions they have a version exclusive variant of the Paldean Taurus. The fire type one is pretty easy to see because the red contrasts really well against the black, but with the water type one it's harder to see because of the location of the color. Instead, look for its tail. It's surprisingly a good indicator. On to Riolu. If you take the last syllable of its name, add a C and an A, and then put the first part of its name, you get Lucario, its evolution. I got the evolution through an event, so I'm glad I was able to hunt this one for real. Riolu can sense emotions of its trainer, as well as the intention of others. But it doesn't have as much control over the reading and manipulating of these auras compared to its evolution. Still, pretty impressive for a baby Pokemon. I was hunting for a Hoot Hoot when I came across Shiny Squovit. This is our first early game rodent Pokemon that we've gotten. In early game, you have the starters, 1 or 2 bug types, a bird, an early 3-stage Pokemon, and a rodent. Not every generation follows all of these, but there are really common trends. Squovit is known for gathering and storing and eating food. It's like a squirrel preparing for winter indefinitely. Oh, I should mention, I did indeed catch that Hoot Hoot. In Generation 2, Pokemon introduced time. An internal battery of the game cartridge would keep track of both time of day and day of the week. This Pokemon was one of the ones introduced to emphasize that night was now a thing. Outside of being nocturnal, this Pokemon is also shaped like a clock. A round body, eyes resembling cogs, eyebrows shaped like the clock hands, and it stands on one leg so it looks like a pendulum. Game Freak likes to make Pokemon that are based off of changes they make in the game. It's almost its own category, like the early birds or rodents, except they don't quite have that sameness that you'd expect from those categories. They have far less in common than what I like to group together at least. Well, that's all I have for this video. I shall wish you all a lovely week, and as always, happy hunting.